What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review for you. I got another one today from Vinegar Syndrome, who's one of my favorite labels. They put out a lot of cool horror and cult flicks, and they usually have really excellent new 2K or 4K scans. Today I'm talking about The Day After Halloween, which is also known as Snapshot. So if you're looking for the movie on Amazon or wherever, you want to look for Snapshot Blu-ray because this is actually the flip side. I just know it better as Day After Halloween, so that's why I wanted this version of the cover on the outside. So look for Snapshot if you're looking for it. This is a story about a woman who is kind of stuck in a rut. She's a hairdresser, but she wants a little bit more out of life. She's not getting everything that she needs, and she wants some excitement. So after like putting it off and putting it off, she decides to try her hand at modeling. And so that she ends up, because she has connections with this friend of hers, she ends up being able to pose for a pretty well-known photographer. He wants her to pose topless, and of course she's kind of a stuck-up bitch, so she doesn't want to do it. And eventually she agrees to it, but she says, "Hey, you can't show my face in the ad because her mother's super uptight and everybody's kind of judgy toward her." So he agrees to it, and of course he doesn't, and he shows her face in the ad, and she's topless. But it turns out to be a big hit, and so it opens some more doors for her, and it looks like maybe she'll be able to find that better life she's been looking for. But unfortunately, that success and that little bit of fame also brings in unwanted attention, and she winds up kind of being stalked, and the movie kind of follows who's stalking her, and it's got a bunch of red herrings and whatever. So anyway, this movie is kind of like, definitely feels like some of the old like Italian murder mystery thrillers. It was marketed as a horror movie, at least here in the United States, when it was released. Obviously, that's where The Day After Halloween came from, but it's definitely not a horror movie. It's more of a thriller. It's definitely slow burn for quite a bit of it, but then it picks up pace toward the end and has an absolutely bananas finale that is by far the best part of the movie. This does have some really fun, mean-spirited dialogue and just kind of bitchy back and forth exchanges. Her friend is a real bitch, and is a lot of, I mean that in the best way too. Is a lot of fun. She's got some really great lines. It doesn't have a lot of blood in it. It does have some, but not a lot. Definitely not as much as you would expect if you come into it expecting a horror movie, because it's not a horror movie, it's a thriller. Anyway, back with another anyway. It does have some nudity, not a shit ton, but it does have some. I like the movie. I think it's a really good thriller. It's hard not to kind of remember how I felt tricked when I watched it on VHS and I thought it was going to be a horror movie when I was quite a bit younger. But now, kind of viewing it as older and putting that kind of out of my mind, it's definitely a solid movie. It's definitely has some weird, creepy vibes to it, which is always good. Um, I would definitely recommend it if you're a fan of Australian exploitation kind of movies. Tony Ganane was the producer on this one, so you should be familiar with quite a few of his films. So, again, if you want a horror movie, this is not going to be that. But if you're okay with just it being a pretty tense thriller with some wild moments in and some fun dialogue, check it out. The Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome has a new 2K scan, which looks amazing. It's by far the best version of the movie I've ever seen. On the extras, it has commentary track, alternate feature-length Australian cut, which is a video version. It's not in HD, but it's still cool to have it just for like the cases for historical purposes. It's nice to have these alternate cuts. And then it's also got interviews from Not Quite Hollywood, other interviews, TV spots, behind the scenes. If you haven't seen Not Quite Hollywood, you should definitely check that out as well. It's a documentary about the crazy Australian movies. Definitely worth a look. You'll definitely, if you haven't seen a lot of them, you'll definitely want to seek a lot of those out, and this one is featured prominently in the movie. Again, if you're looking for this on Blu-ray, make sure you search for Snapshot. I can show you the artwork real quick. That's the artwork that will appear when you see it on Amazon. I don't like it. I don't like that artwork at all. But anyway, Snapshot, The Day After Halloween. Check it out if you like thrillers with kind of a creepy, weird vibe. And Vinegar Syndrome pretty much gave it the best treatment you could possibly hope for. I hope you like this review, guys, and hopefully I'll have another one up soon.